Runaway Angelica is a great episode of Rugrats and one that I remember very vividly from my childhood. I feel like the episodes I remember the most mostly focus on Angelica when I kind of just think back to them. And I'm not sure why that is because it's not like Angelica's my absolute favourite character, but she is brilliant and certainly Runaway Angelica is great. This is the second segment of the 23rd episode of the second season, and Angelica, for once, is disciplined. Drew disciplines her after she makes a mess of his papers in his study and she's sent to her room and she has a tantrum and smashes things up and then decides she's going to teach them, her parents, a lesson by running away. And I did like the scenes in Angelica's home. It was nice to see Charlotte and Rue and Angelica in their house going about their usual activities. It's not something we see that often, so I thought it worked quite well. And she gets into her little car and drives to Tommy's house. And it was when she got into the car that the memory came back to me of this episode, which I just thought it was a pretty neat a neat way of bridging the gap between Angelica being a child and Angelica acting like a grown-up and going off on her own in her car. And obviously the car is also a vessel for carrying her worldly goods with her. And she goes into Tommy's yard and the babies are there, Tommy, Chuckie, Phil and Lil, and Angelica demands that they bring her food, which includes the dog cookies, which I loved. I just thought that was brilliantly done. And then it starts to rain. And I love how the rain was animated. It looked kind of cheesy when it was really light rain, but once the rain got heavier, it flowed beautifully, and I just thought it was gorgeous. And of course, Angelica's out in the rain. What is she going to do? I won't say what happens, but I will say what did happen I thought was brilliantly executed, and it worked very well, and I really enjoyed the progression of the narrative. Tommy asking her if she'll change and be a nice person, I thought was very cute and naive. And I also laughed out loud at one point when she referred to Tommy as a little bald idiot. It's mean, it's horrible, but it amused me quite a lot. Definitely a brilliant episode, great narrative development, great look at Angelica's home life, very well animated, and some beautiful solid memories from my childhood as well. Not just the overall nostalgia of Rugrats animation, but actually the story itself brought back some very happy memories for me. It also brought back memories of times when I would spend time outdoors. I used to if I wanted to play with a friend, but the friend wasn't home, I would just wander around the street, by which I mean like the space of 4 or 5 houses, and hide in bushes and things if it would rain. So it actually, brought back some very weird memories as well. But I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely a very fun narrative at times. Scary that a 4-ish-year-old could go off without their parents noticing. But yeah, Runaway Angelica is one that I really thoroughly enjoyed.